The Forbidden Realms stretches further than any duelist has dared to travel. 4 territories, 4 criminals, 4 stories. The game would rather you forget. Welcome back. In the northwest corner of the realms, where waterfalls plunge into an abyss with no bottom, lies FTK Falls. The name is not a geographic accident. It stands for First Turn Kill, a category of crime so severe it has its own designation in the rulebooks. The falls are ruled by 5 pieces. Not 1 criminal, but 5. The head, the left arm, the right arm, the left leg, the right leg. Of Exodia, the Forbidden One. Each piece sits on its own island, separated by rushing water and chains that glow with ancient sealing magic. They can see each other across the mist. They cannot touch. The crime was this: assemble all 5 pieces in your hand and the duel ends. Instantly. Your opponent loses. No counterplay, no response, no way out. It didn't matter what monsters they controlled. It didn't matter how many life points they had. The moment Exodia was complete, the game was over. In the early days of competitive dueling, players built entire decks around drawing as fast as possible. Graceful Charity, Pot of Greed, Thunder Dragon. Anything to find the 5 pieces before their opponent could act. The 5 pieces were not banned together. They were staggered, limited, then forbidden, as the game slowly realized what it had created. Today, each piece is individually forbidden. Exodia is complete in exile, and incomplete everywhere else. East of the falls, a single spire rises from a plateau of black stone. No windows, no doors visible from the outside. Just height. This is Tournament Tower, and its prisoner is small enough to fit in the palm of your hand. Yatagarasu is a bird, a crow specifically, a spirit creature drawn from Japanese mythology, associated with divine guidance and ill omens. In the Forbidden Realms, it is associated with something else entirely: the lock. Yatagarasu had an effect. When it dealt damage to your opponent directly, they skipped their next draw phase. 1 card. That was all it took. Combined with cards that cleared the opponent's hand: Graceful Charity, Delinquent Duo, the Forceful Sentry. A player could empty their opponent's hand, then attack with Yatagarasu. No draw, no hand, no way back in. The opponent sat across the table, cards gone, draws locked, watching their life points disappear 1 turn at a time. This was called the Yatta Lock, and it ended tournaments. Banned in 2004, one of the first cards to receive a permanent, uncontested forbiddance. It held that sentence for nearly 2 decades, until 2023, when the game finally opened the tower door. Yatagarasu was freed, limited to 1 copy. The lock, it seems, had rusted enough. The forest has no clear edge. You walk in and the trees multiply around you. Paths you walked a moment ago are gone. Floodgate Forest is named for what it does to a duel. It resets everything, wipes the board, sends you back to the beginning. Fiberjar is not a monster you summon for power. It is a monster you summon for chaos. It resembles a glass container filled with something organic and unsettling. Its flavor text reads, "A thing that lives in soil." That is the entire description. When Fiberjar was flipped face up, through battle or card effect, both players shuffled their entire hands, graveyards, and all cards on the field back into their decks. Then each drew 5 new cards, a complete reset. As if the duel had never happened. Players used this to escape losing positions. They used it to loop it, flipping Fiberjar multiple times in a turn, resetting again and again until time was called. Matches ended in draws by design. It didn't win duels. It prevented them. Fiberjar was forbidden. Not for being too powerful, but for being too corrosive. It didn't break the game, it dissolved it. You've seen this desert before. In another episode, another story. But the desert has more than one ruler. Chaos Emperor Dragon, Envoy of the End. Level 8, 2400 attack. Summoned by removing one light and one dark monster from your graveyard. It was the twin of Black Luster Soldier, Envoy of the Beginning. Both were chaos monsters, both were broken. One came back, one did not. Its effect cost 800 life points. In exchange, it sent every card on the field, and in both players' hands, to the graveyard. Every card. Your monsters. Their monsters. Their entire hand. And for each card sent to the graveyard this way, your opponent took 300 points of damage. With a full hand and a populated field, a single activation could end the game outright, or leave the opponent so far behind that nothing could save them. Chaos Emperor Dragon was forbidden in 2005, and remained there for over a decade. It eventually returned, errated, its effect changed, its teeth pulled. The original version remains here, in the desert, in exile, as it should be. 4 territories, 4 sentences, handed down not by judges or juries, but by a game that had to protect itself from its own creations. The Forbidden Realms doesn't rehabilitate. It preserves, and somewhere out there, more cards are waiting for their episode. We'll find them.